to Origin, where the extraordinary meets the exceptional. And creativity know no limits. In the realm of our podcast, we celebrate the vibrant hues of talent, the electrifying energy of passion, and the bold strokes of uniqueness. Today, we extend our heartfelt invitation to our special guests to grace our stage, illuminating in their craft, a maestro of their arts, and a visionary destined to inspire. As we dive into the essence of creativity, let the aura of your talent resonate, the essence of your soul captivate, and the power of your voice resonate. Origins beckons you to showcase your magic, unveil your genius, and let your brilliance set the world ablaze. This is your moment to captivate, your stage to conquer, and your legacy to create. Welcome to Origins, where dreams take flight, talents find their wings, and greatness know no boundaries. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Yeah, what's good, world? My name is Kendall Spencer, hip hop artist, label owner.
Shout out to you, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Um, I'm an independent hip hop label owner, Hidden Hand Society. I go by the artist name of Kendall Spencer. I've been doing hip hop music for a few years now, and just happy to be here. Thankful for the opportunity
Shout out to
to
you.
be on your platform, bro.
Shout out to you. And this is what we do. We find talent. And you mind telling us a little bit about your independent label?
Yes, it's and like I said, it's an independent hip hop label. I started it in 2021 when I came back to the music, and
Okay.
right now I'm the exclusive feature artist, always looking to extend the invitation for talent and everything. But we pretty much we got our hands in everything. We do music and also an artist consultant can set up artists with different things that can help them in their career, such as I got a huge network of contacts at my disposal, from audio engineers, music producers, blogs, social media, networking people, music video people, photo shoot guys. So I just try to do everything as far as like helping artists and helping myself further their career in this music.
Shout out to that. And how many artists is like making music under their label?
Right now it's just one, myself.
Okay. And you've been remind me again how long you been active with this label?
Since 2021.
Okay. Oh, so it's pretty recent.
Yeah.
Um, so this was what started the drive for this? What sparked? I know you was talking about a
Um
little bit helping out other
it,
artists.
it yeah, it was just I always, had a dream since I was in school of owning my own record company. So when I got in a
Okay.
position to do so, I just put my eggs in that basket, and I figured because I had I've been off and on with the music and everything, and when I came back to it, I was like, you know what, this time I want to do I'm not gonna wait on nobody to sign me. I'm gonna just start my own label and sign myself and fund myself. So that was really the big push behind it.
Shout out to that. And I do think this is the best era for that. Um, when it comes to competition, I don't think there's no competition from the big dogs. So
Yeah,
I think it's like really up to the underground for somebody to snatch it. So
yeah, yeah.
I
I
do
agree with you.
think I do think there's an opportunity for that. Um,
Yes.
what would do you have an idea of what your label would focus on talent wise? What is they within hip hop or?
Um. Well, pretty much. Anybody that's I don't want to say we want to just focus on one thing, but anybody with a dream and that's just
Mm,
want to pursue the music, that loves the music, has a real
mm-hmm.
passion for their craft. I would be willing to sit down with them and help them. You know what I mean? Not even if they even sign
Okay.
on my label. I'm not the type of person. I don't like to gatekeep, and I don't like others that do that. So, I believe that for us to make it, we have to look out for each other. You sort of like one hand washes the other. So, I'm always open to help
Okay.
anybody, because somebody had to help me.
Hmm. I agree with you. Okay. And we was talking about a little bit earlier when you were describing your music. You said hip hop, and was there more to it, or just hip hop?
Yeah, I would say I mostly will focus on what you would consider like the underground hip hop. Sort of
Hmm.
people have kind of said I kind of fit in that boom bop pocket and everything.
I
Just
can see that.
the lyricism, really thought provoking, meaningful rap, real life. I speak about my life. I don't usually go stray too far outside of that at this point in my life and everything. So that's mainly the pocket I'm in. I can do any type of any type though. I've done music in the
Hmm.
past that you would consider. I got an album that a lot of people would consider more heavy trap, but it's just where I am in my
Okay.
life right now is I kind of switched it up.
Okay. Uh, in the past hour, I was listening to some of your music. I was listening to one album, Grandma's Prayer.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
listening to that.
that's the most recent album I just put it out I believe it was in in March, Easter weekend, March or April.
Hmm. Hmm. And listen to your music, I would say, not only I was able to get to hear some good lyricists, I would say, I can definitely see what people describe hearing, like your music for the boombox.
Yeah,
But it also kind of remind me like the early '90s as well.
yeah,
Um, when it came to like the lyricists and aggressiveness and the storytelling as well, I would say remind me of the '90s.
yeah,
Um, so like listening to your music and the passion and the love you have for your grandmother, it was a well put out project. Um,
I,
it's
I
something that we don't
appreciate
get to
it.
see.
Yeah,
It's something that we definitely don't get to see, especially like how to deal with a loss or losing someone that that's close to you.
yeah, yeah.
Um, we
That's
don't get to hear
mainly what
that
I.
too much.
Yeah, that's mainly where I was at that point. I, I felt like I just wanted, my grandmother. She was like my second mother, and losing her was
Mm,
one of the a difficult period in my life, and I just wanted to really capture those emotions and just make something for her that would be just to remember her by, you know, for my family and other families, because a lot of people can relate to it, that had special relationships with their grandmother and everything.
mm, I agree.
Like I say,
And
it's kind of like a deeper meaning behind the album, but that's kind of like just the brief of it.
okay. And is the deeper meaning is something that you would like for your audience like to find and discover?
Yes, well, if, I'll share it with you. In 2022, July the 30th, which would be I want to say in 9 days. It's almost coming up on 2 years. I was involved in a near fatal accident on my job. I was an
Mm,
electrical lineman for the past 18 years of my life, and I came in contact with the high voltage power line, and that resulted in me having to be brought back and everything, CPR, AED put on me and brought
mm,
back to life and everything. I ended up spending like 89 days in the trauma center. End up having to have my left arm amputated. electrical burns on my chest, and after something so catastrophic happening to me and coming home, basically a new person, didn't look the same, didn't
Mm,
feel the same. It left me kind of wondering, a lot of thoughts of why me? Why did this happen to me? Why am I even still alive? Because it was very close for me, and couldn't I just summed it up to like, man, it must have been my grandmother. My grandmother was a very religious woman. Not to get too deep, but I kind of just
no, it's
summed it
fine.
up like, my grandma, she must have spoke to God to save her grandson. So it was like,
Mm,
before I do anything else in the music, I want to create a project to honor her, after what I believe she did for me. Because, like I say, it was very, very close for me there and
mm.
everything.
No, it's fine. And I keep it a free spirit. I think it's
Yeah.
good to get those experience out there because, like I said, we don't offer a lot of opportunities to showcase like different ways to handle loss. A
Yeah.
lot of times they get showcased like to handle a loss is to deal with drugs or bad habits. Um, so to get to hear this experience in your story, I think it's a good example of how to deal with it. Um, and I'm curious if you do want to continue having that conversation on your experience of recovering from your
Yeah. Yeah. I'm,
what was
I'm,
it,
I'm open
the
to it, man.
electrical the electrical wire you had
Yeah.
when you was on job, and I'm guessing you had on your protective gear.
hmm Had everything
What went
on,
wrong?
doing, doing everything I was supposed to be doing. Honestly, bro, I don't even remember the accident. From what doctors tell me, when you suffer something traumatic, your brain kind of shuts down to
Mm,
save itself from further damage and everything. I kind of got like flashes in my head of what I think happened. The people I was working with that day, they really wasn't watching, so I can't really get a definite answer. I just know something went very wrong. Like I say, when they brought me to the ground, I was unconscious, wasn't breathing, had to have CPR performed on me over 3 times that day. So, I understand now that my life has a real purpose. It's a real reason why I'm still here. I lost a lot of friends in this
mm,
trade in the 18 years that got injured a lot less worse than me, and they didn't make it. And the recovery process has
mm,
been, it's been, it's been one of the toughest battles I ever faced in my life, man. Losing a limb
and
is, I thought
good.
losing a person was hard. Losing a part of your
Mm,
body, man, it's just, man, it's something else. I'm still dealing with it. The mental aspect of it. I went through every emotion you could think of, and luckily, the music has always been like a therapy session for me. So once I started back with the music, I've been able to just pour all those emotions and those thoughts into my craft and everything. But
mm,
I'm still recovering. My life is consumed with doctor's appointments, therapy sessions, further more surgeries, and
mm,
just that's what I do.
mm. And how how when did this happen? Like a few years ago, or
Yeah, it'll be 2 years
was it
on the
something real?
30th of this month.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
damn! So after this event, this where after you survived this event, you found purpose in music, or did you already was like having music back in your mind before this event happened?
Yeah, before this happened, I was in the process of getting ready to put out a new album and everything. I
Okay.
believe the day before this happened, I was in my studio recording, So I was fully active.
Okay.
But once I got out of the hospital, I never thought I would do music again. Like I say, man, I just lost my arm. Been in the hospital 89 days. You know, it didn't come out
Mm-hmm.
like I thought I was gonna come out. You know, I told myself, I say, well, I guess I'll never do music again. You know, who would want to hear an amputated, rapper? That's how I was thinking. And it was a
Mm-hmm.
while before I even picked up the music again. It was like almost a year and a half after that before I even tried to do anything because I was in such a dark place mentally. I didn't want to even be here. I didn't want to live like that. If it wasn't for my
Mm-hmm.
three kids and my wife and my family and a great support system from people that I met along the way. I don't even I wouldn't I probably wouldn't have. I don't know where I would be at, honestly, bro. Like serious.
Shout out to your loved ones.
Yeah.
Um, and how many projects do you have out at the moment? Or
Um.
is it EP or album?
Well, I got let's see. I got one, two. I got three albums so far. Um.
Okay.
I want to say maybe like two or three EPs and then a bunch of singles.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you manage um marketing and promotion?
I usually handle everything myself. Just trial and error. Creating content since I'm not working right now, it's giving me a lot of free time to be home and just try new things. Before this accident, I would kind of dibble and dabble into creating content. Everything is content based nowadays. So now I just when I'm at different appointments, I use it and make content out of my appointments and just kind of show my
No.
supporters my recovery process and I tie it into the music and it's been working for me.
No. And have you gotten a chance to perform live?
Yes, I went to a conference back in the beginning of June. It was called the Empower Fest. It was for like different for amputees from all over the world. They came together for this conference
Mm-hmm.
and I had the chance to perform. So that was like the first time I performed since this whole process and everything.
So, comp- so I would like to ask the question: your first experience performing live before this event, compared to after recovering after this event. Oh, is
Oh,
those two experiences similar, or what is
very.
that perspective?
It was very different as you can imagine. Before, um, I always been like a carefree person. Never scared of being in front of a crowd. I would just any opportunity I had, I'd jump on stage and do my thing. After this
Okay.
accident and dealing with being a limb loss survivor, it was very difficult for me to do it. I really was talked into doing it. Actually, like I said, when I came home from the hospital, I never thought I would do the music again. But once I started doing the music, I like, okay, I can do the music, but nobody will still have to see me like this. And then I started shooting videos. And then, okay, I'm shooting videos now, still uncomfortable. Didn't want people to see me like that, but I knew I needed to do it. And that was the sort of the thing with the performance. It was like, okay, Kendall, it's time to show a different side of this. And just think about the people that you're going to be helping besides yourself. You know what I mean? And that's what I've been told, like
Mm-hmm.
from the response, from the performance, from a lot of people that's in a similar situation as me is like being an amputee, I've been praised for like, man, you inspire me and you give me so much hope that if you can do it, I can do it. Not knowing, I'm sitting back like nervous as I don't know what, you know what I mean?
Mm. And you talk about after your recovery?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Mm. And has your selection of music changed? Well, let me ask this instead. How has your music changed over time, evolution wise?
Um, I would say it's got a lot more serious, a lot more thought provoking. It's certain things, I won't do because, I'm a full grown man now. I got little kids that look, my kids, they listen to my music and I don't want them listening to just anything. So I'm cautious about the things that I put on record. I like to now speak life over things, and spread love, spread awareness, and just be a voice for people that don't have a voice. That's kind of like the main
Mm.
focus and how it has evolved. Like I say, always told my story, but now it's a lot more since I had this, I made it through this tragedy. It's a lot more serious now. A lot of people have told me that my writing has gotten better through this process. The music has gotten better, and I kind of feel that way too. You know.
Mm. Um, and you brought up some good things as well. I happen to notice that with the grandma's prayer, that is the album, correct?
Yeah.
With that album, I happen to notice that it was speaking on some values to pass down to the next generation. So I'm
Yeah.
wondering, what values do you pass down, to your kids?
Um, I try to teach my kids to stand up for themselves, to be respectful, to have compassion and love for their fellow man. I teach them to protect themselves, to not let no one disrespect them, but not to be disrespectful either. To have that respect for their elders. I try to teach them about a sense of religion so that they know that there's something greater out there and that they're not just living in
Mm.
this world. I teach them about their actions and that they gotta be responsible and be accountable for their actions. That if they do the wrong thing, it's gonna be consequences behind those actions. And just
Mm.
just to love each other and to look out for each other. That's mainly what I try to drill into my kids.
Okay, that's some good values. And as a father, was from your experience, is there any difference between raising a son compared to raising a daughter?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. With my daughters, I'm very lovey-dovey with them. I try to show them respect. I try to treat their mother with respect. Um, and I show them loyalty, and I show them the type of man that I want them to be able to find one day. I'm also my oldest child is a daughter, so I'm also a little tougher on her because I want her to learn responsibility even at her young age, to be a responsible person and to look out for her younger siblings. My son is a different ball game. I still, show him a lot of love, but I have to instill that toughness in him. I have to instill,
Mm.
show him what a protector is and to how to be a gentleman and respectful of his mother and his sister and his older sister. and everything. And just I instill in my son that he's going to be a king one day, and that he's also going to be the leader of our family. And and I tell him,
Mm,
even though he's only 5 years old and he don't understand it at all, but I tell him that by me telling him that he's going to be a king and a leader of our family, that it's going to be a lot of responsibility, and like I say, those are like the main differences with those two.
mm. Shout out to that. And I think that was a good answer. I like that. My final question around this is any advice to like anybody that thinking of becoming a parent? Uh, what's some do's and don'ts? You know.
Um, it's it's a scary thing. I'm gonna be real with you. Becoming a parent, especially if you want to be a good parent. You have a lot of people that just have sexual relationship, create children, and just never in a child's life. I never wanted to be that type of father. Um, when I remember when my she was my fiance at the time when we first found out she was pregnant. It was scary, man. I was still trying to find myself as a man, as a person in this world, and I knew that I had to finally grow up. I had to put aside my childish ways because I had someone that was going to be totally dependent on me, and it brought the hustle out of me. Always been a hustler, but it really brought the hustle out of me. I was focused.
Okay.
I had to save up my money and everything. And it was a wonderful thing. When you have a child, you realize what real love is. The love that child shows you, that's real love. It's different than what an adult was just tell you, oh, I love you. Anybody can say that. That child, that innocence of a child, it will show you what real love is. And I would just tell anybody, just stay focused and make the best of it. Having children has been like one of the most wonderful things in my life and everything. Everything. I feel like my life was taken to the next level. I was able to make more money. I saved more money. I became a better person. Um, it was just everything. So, my advice would be to a person just enjoy, enjoy every moment and don't be caught up in I gotta make money. Of course, we all gotta make money, but don't sacrifice your time for money. Make the
Mm,
moments with your children because, yeah, you want to give your children nice things. You want to provide for your family, but at the end of the day, all they want is you there. And I had to learn these things the hard way because I was the type of person I chased money. I chased overtime on my job and I almost died on my job. The day that I got injured,
mm,
I was supposed to be off. I went into work on my day off. I let someone talk me into going in when I should have been home with my family. So that's why I say don't sacrifice the time for money. If you making money and you're a smart individual in America, you're gonna always be able to make money. But you will never be able to
okay.
replace that time. You know what I mean?
Hmm. And I think a man just recently died. He was like, doing damn near almost like 70 hours or like 100. He was doing like some crazy numbers and like,
Yeah.
working. And he just recently like worked himself to death.
That
Um,
was me. That was me,
so,
man. I worked like 80 hours a week for many years. The first the first 8 years of my daughter life I spent working, you know, not
mm,
even taking no days off. I made a lot of money. I was able to put away a lot of money, but after after getting hurt on my job and almost losing my life on my job, it put things in the proper perspective, man. I realized, man, that it ain't worth it. You know, these jobs, they'll
Mm,
use you. You just a number to them. They'll fire you and hire somebody the next day, you know. So
mm-hmm.
don't sacrifice your time. You know, spend time with your kids, make memories.
And then this is when I also push for being independent
Yes.
for
Yeah.
your label.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's totally definitely. Now, after, you know, me getting hurt, I haven't heard nothing from the job I worked for since the day that they called me in. I can't physically go and do my job again. I can work in other aspects of the field, but I really don't even want to, man. I'm putting all my eggs in the bucket with my business, and that's what I'm going after for the rest of my life. And I'm hoping that it's going to the return that the investments that I'm putting into this. I'm hoping that I get a return from it and everything. But if I don't, I'm gonna just figure out things and start me a business. But I can't see me working for no one
Mm,
never again. Never again.
I feel you. One, I encourage it because one, we don't even have our black owned, label that truly there for us for our growth for the youth. Um, so I think already we don't since this we don't have anyone in that field, it up for grabs. So I think there's opportunity for that.
Yeah.
Two,
Yeah,
take
exactly.
advantage of my platform.
Yeah.
Take advantage of my platform. I promoted about 100 and something artists
Okay.
already. So I promote from like folk music. I promote all talent.
Okay.
And I'm just getting started. So if you are looking to recruit, I bring the underground to you.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Another thing as well, test out your music abroad. Just like when you was having those doubts, we know how America, rap people perception around music. However, people outside of America, they don't know of our culture. So they don't know who is famous, who is not. They're just going to judge based off of talent. So take advantage of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially, gaining like a global audience, because that's what you want as a label. It's an opportunity to have a global audience. And I say before we go to World War III, the internet's working.
Yes.
Uh, so definitely, take advantage of it. And I think your music is really good. I
I
haven't heard
appreciate
no
it.
skips, even though I just listened to the Prayers Project, but I can already tell is you have a couple of things that have been missed and longed for. One, lyrics. Two, you bring back that nostalgia feeling, kind of like that cookout vibes in the
Yeah.
90s. Um, and people already said the boombox. So, you bring back that unity within the black culture.
Yeah.
So you bring it back like, something for to give our people to actually give a fuck about. Uh,
Yeah.
and you're not building off of your own selfishness. You're willing to, spread your wings and, just gather talent. So
Yeah.
I can see that, definitely, um, something that people would like to support, but they just got to see it.
Yeah. And that's kind of like to touch on what you said, that's kind of like what I'm actually chasing after. I felt, the type of music that I loved, it was a void. Even though I kind of feel like it's coming back a little bit on the underground level, you have to actually search for it. It's not promoted by the mainstream. But
Mm-hmm.
I create what I like to hear. And I want to be the artist, the
Mm-hmm.
type of artist that I grew up loving. You know, that's the void I want to fill. And as far as like chasing the global, I have reached out. Social media, I have been able to utilize it and reach, people in other countries. I'm so thankful for it. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm really, of course, I'm from America, I want to, touch bases home, but I'm striving for that global. You know, I wanna be able to see the world off of my music. I tell my wife that all the time. Like, we're gonna travel the world off of this. I truly believe that, you know, and I
Mm,
know that's where it starts at, believing it. And I'm just that's just how I feel
mm,
like you know, especially like I say, surviving what I survived, man. It's like, okay, I know I got some purpose. I found my way back to this music. I didn't think I was, you know. So I believe in it, and I believe it's gonna take me there, you know.
I agree. Like, and just bring you back to what I said earlier, this is the best time era. When it comes to this is the first time that, I experienced, radio stations having the same songs in a loop in 24 hours or days.
Yeah,
Um, and, music now is, I mean, in my honest opinion, I'm a 90s baby. And I'm saying from my perspective, it's kind of trash.
yeah,
Especially when I don't get to see a different option of creativity.
yeah.
Um, so I would say, this is like the easiest time ever.
Yes,
When you
I
don't have,
believe it.
all you got to worry about, other people is on a similar level. So like right now, you only got to worry about people that's on a similar level as you, and that's people just trying to come up. But the
Yeah.
big dogs, they ain't swinging them.
Nah, they not. They not. They not. And they
mm,
and I'm a little older, and I don't, and I'm not like one of those old head. You know, you be in some of these conversations, and they be like, you know, the older generation, they just like just downplay what the majors and the newer and the younger guys got going on. I'm not one of those type of people. If the music is jamming, I'm gonna listen to it. If it ain't jamming, then
mm,
it ain't jamming. And I really
mm,
believe that it's not that a lot of these younger artists don't have the talent. They got the talent. They can rap. It's what they lacking is the
mm.
creativity. They not being creative no
I
more.
agree.
They not taking chances, and they not being, using their artistic like values. You know, that's what's lacking. You know, everybody want to sound the same. You know, and that's what's wrong with people realize people say the 90s was like the golden era of hip hop and all type of music. It's because everybody was trying to be different. You didn't want to sound
mm.
you couldn't sound like the next person, but now everybody is
I,
programmed the same way.
I agree. I think this also showcased because we didn't own our shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Like that was the era when we was all selling, our talents away, to somebody else. And
yes,
this is the results of like, not owning our shit. Um, even with like, and I think people forget like, like we're not necessarily like criticizing y'all. That's the life that you live or whatever, and that might be where you want to preach at the moment. We can't really tell you what to do. However, when it comes to the labels, the platform itself, we hold them accountable because they had these same high qualities when, for y'all, when y'all was growing up, or, even before y'all, during like, Michael Jackson, like y'all would, these is the same companies that was like working with like Michael Jackson, you know. So the fact that we went from like something as great as that to like now on their platform, this is all they offer. This is who we criticize.
yeah, yeah, exactly,
Because this is the same people that's going to tell us that, like, oh, we can't find talent. No, you purposely only showcasing these certain talents.
exactly.
So I think people have to remember, like, we're not necessarily coming at y'all. That's the life that you want to live. That's the results that you're gonna get. But the platform itself, yeah, we could criticize because this is the same motherfuckers that had the highest standards in the beginning. I
Yep,
remember they would like, they turn away so many great people, or they have they have ruined so many great talents. Uh, through their run. And, we don't even get to listen to their music anymore. We don't get to hear about them. We don't get to, you know. So I think right now is pretty good to hear that, just to hear that people is interested in owning their own shit, especially giving back in our community. I think that's very important. Doing something, having a mission, for your family as well. So to hear all that, I think that's really good.
Yeah,
And I think we in dire need of it. We need an example of
yeah, I agree with you,
it.
man.
Mm-hmm.
You're totally right, and that's basically like where I'm at, building, trying to build generational wealth and trying to, leave something for my kids. I truly believe that for us, no matter white or black, whatever color you is, but if generation after generation is continuing to do the same thing, we are totally losing as a people. My grandfather worked hard, my father worked hard, and I had to work hard. It's like, where are we? What are we doing? You know what I mean? It's okay to work hard,
Thank
but
you.
when all you're doing is working your ass off and dying, you're not setting the next generation for you setting them up for failure. You know what I mean?
I agree. And if it would be one thing if we had a mission. I felt, to go back and add my 2 cents what you were saying, it's kind of like being like robots. We don't have a mission. Like, are we doing this to better the population? No. It's just getting worse. Every
Yep.
every generation, we've been dealing with the same issues in our own mix. Like, for example, like with the 90s. This is the first, era where we had like, social bullying. But now, kids, kids now that's growing up, they got a whole new level of social bullying. You know, when it comes to like, the internet, no matter where they go at, they are being targeted to, certain agendas and all that shit. It's a very different, world compared. It's like we dealing with the same issues, but in a different setting in each generation.
You're
And
right.
it's like a domino effect, the way I look at it. But
You're
going
right,
off
bro.
back to what you were saying, going back to what you were saying, about work, it's like what are we doing? Am I giving my life away to this company? Is it going to better my kids? No.
No.
We live in a society like, just like you were saying earlier, if you would have lost your life, this society would have looked at your kids like, well, somebody got to bring, money on the table. We don't give a fuck
Yeah.
what happened to your father, the breadwinner. Somebody had to bring money on the table. And that's the, reality that we live
Yeah. Exactly.
in.
Exactly, man. You
So
you you
I,
told.
so I think it's good. Like if you're gonna do it, do it in your way.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's what these kids they trying to do it. They see it. They didn't grow up seeing their grandparents
Mm-hmm.
struggle, seeing their parents struggle. That's why they don't want to work for nobody. That's why everybody want to do their own thing now. But we just need some type of direction. You know what I mean? To do things the
We
right
need
way.
a reward.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
We need a
Yeah.
reward, like especially like like going back to like we forget that we tribal too. You
Yeah.
know, when it came to like tribes and certain tradition, like all right, no matter who get assigned, if you assign to somebody getting fish, and that's their responsibility of getting fish. At the end of the day, we are rewarded because we assign people to get fish. That we got fish at the end of the fucking day. How the fuck are we all working and we not getting satisfied just to meet our bare minimum at what was required in this society? If you
Yeah.
tell me that I work for a certain amount of hours, I'm expecting not just to only take care of myself, but to take care of whoever I have in my life. We all got family. We all got, and then the fucked up thing is, we're all working. It's not like we're lazy. We're all working. And somehow if you look it up right now on Google, 50%, damn near almost 50% of America broke.
Yes. Yeah. You're absolutely right.
And I think we also, forget that each generation, we've been born in fucked up times. Like, for example, like, the 90s and everything. I think we forget that we were just going in I forgot what crisis it was with the bank or some shit. Was it like 2008 crisis with the bank or something?
Yeah. Yeah. That recession. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then with, with the with the younger generation of Gen Z, they just went through COVID. So it's
Yes.
like every generation was going through some type of fucking problem. And
Yeah.
and as Americans, we were just forced to adapt to that shit. It was, that's why I said we live in a very fucked up, type of world. Uh, but bringing us, back to your music, I listen to, just being a listener, I enjoy the roller coaster of emotions that you brought into this project, and also seeing some of your videos on YouTube. Which one was it? The Misery Chapter One.
Yep.
Uh, the virus. I like that whole setup. Is the complete project out somewhere, or is that
Yeah,
still in
yeah,
development?
yeah. That's a complete album. I dropped it Halloween 2021.
Okay.
That was a very fun project of creating that. That was me kind of testing the waters of the direction I wanted to go with the music, because in January of that year I released a project called The Total Package, and that was the total opposite. That's what I would consider more trap and everything. So it was kind
Okay.
of like, okay, I'm finna flip the script and I'm finna go in this direction. I want to create this type of music, and that's the path I've been on since I dropped that Misery project.
Okay. And listening to that, already brought up. So to give you a heads up as well, we are collaborating with Jet Production. Uh, Jet Production, they make short action films.
Okay.
So they're looking to collaborate with artists for soundtracks, and even help the artists create, like, a music video too. So if you're
Wow.
interested in collaborating with Jet Production,
Heck
I'd
yeah.
love to set it up between you.
Heck yeah, man. That would
Listen to
be
your
like a
mystery
dream.
chapter.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'll definitely give you connected. We got something coming in the works. I can't speak of it too soon, but I'll definitely keep you informed to look forward to
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Um, uh, Also, listen to your music as well. There's a couple artists that I work with. Once you check out my platform, but if you was gonna check anybody out, I recommend Luna. Uh, if you're looking for a diverse singer that could give you like any decade, 60s type of vibe, or like lo-fi, or just somebody that's very diverse in their voice and everything, Luna.
Wow.
When it comes to a MC, I recently just worked with Bill's Bond. Um, he's another fellow around your age, and he's really fucking talented. Um,
Okay.
but if you're looking to work with somebody with like lyricists and they give a fuck about their bars, I think you would like. Yeah, I think you would like this guy. I haven't
Are they
posted him
on
yet,
are
but
they on TikTok? Either one of those? Or Instagram?
yeah, 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 yeah. They on
Whenever you
TikTok.
whenever you get
If you see me,
some I was gonna say,
what you
whenever
saying?
you get some free time, like, I would love if you DM their profiles. I definitely would like to check them out.
All right, got
It's,
you.
it's especially
Um,
it's funny you said something, not to cut you off. It's funny you said something about the singer.
mm,
Man, I'm always looking for a vocalist to sing on music,
mm.
like serious. And
Oh, that's what we do.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what we do.
That's
That's what I said. You take advantage of my platform. We
okay.
promote 3 to 4 talents a week, so you
Okay.
can always look forward to a new talent. I take in people that's doing folk to rock music to metal. Even getting some artists from Nigeria and London. So if you're
That's
looking
dope,
to
man.
work with artists outside, that's what I'm saying. We bring the underground to you, so you don't even got to leave your house. You can just check on
Okay.
your phone wherever artist that you want to check out. So fortunately enough, there the episodes that's going on now, fortunately, you able to listen to their music with their interview as well.
Okay.
However, with the changes with Spotify, that would no longer be the case. So it would just be the interview for now. But
Oh,
I am
okay.
cooking up some interesting added on content. But however, for right now, the artists that are out right now, so you get to listen to the interview and their music.
Okay.
So
I
you
look
get
forward to
both. So yeah, I'll send you the link. And like I said, you whatever you're looking for, I'll give you the option. Um, there's a wild range of wide range of talent, I would say, on the platform, and we just brought down.
that.
Um, next next on the list, hurdles. You mind telling me about this song?
Um, you say the song Pearl?
No, hurdles.
Oh, Hurdles. Oh, okay, Hurdles. Yeah, that was a song that I recorded before my accident, but it was the first song I released after my accident. The Hurdles is like was an EP project. I believe it was like 6 songs on there,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just totally about overcoming those hurdles, those roadblocks. Like everything I had then overcame up to that point in my recovery, just to get into that level of being able to put music out, feeling comfortable in the right headspace. So that's pretty much what that is about. That was I shot a video for that. That was the first video I did, and I'm wearing my prosthetic arm in it and everything, which was an experience. You know, I was very nervous
No.
about doing that. Very nervous to even shoot the video, but I felt like at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, if I didn't do it, who would do it? You know what I mean? So I
Mm-hmm.
did it. I got a pretty good response from it. Not as great as I would, but that was like my return back to music after everything that happened to me. That was a dope tape, the Hurdles project.
Yeah, I would say another thing too. I mean, I'm not trying to throw no shade, nothing. However, you could probably be, representing for the disabled.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I'm aiming to do, to be a voice for those
Mm-hmm.
people. Like serious.
Mm-hmm.
Limb loss survivors, just people that dealt with tragedies. Because, bad things happen to people all the time. And I done met so many since I've been hurt. I have met so many great people that bad things have happened to. And that we always
Mm-hmm.
kind of like in little pockets of feeling like no one understands what we're going through. And I kind of want to be the type of person to shed light and bring awareness that hey, yeah, this bad thing happened to me, but I'm still a person. I'm still I'm still
Mm-hmm.
normal. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get to that point. It's a day by day process, but I'm doing quite well at this point. Even though I'm not 100% there myself, but I'm not letting this process have me, sitting around just depressed. I'm not that type
Mm-hmm.
of person. I'm a fighter, man. I'm the type of person I don't cry about spilled milk. When life knocked me down, I stand myself back up, knock the dust off of me, and I just keep it moving. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I want to show with my music. That's the message I want to show to my
I agree.
children. You know, something bad happened to Dad, but look, Dad didn't let that stop him. He still handled business. He still took care of us and provided for us. And So, when bad things happen to them in life, they gonna be able to look back and see, hell, if it didn't stop daddy, it ain't gonna stop me either.
Mm. And I support the mission you're on. I think it's a good one, especially the lead for the next generation.
Yeah.
Um, and the end of before I enter off the update you on this, so this would be a free trial. We like to focus on giving everybody an opportunity. So if you ever would like to come back on, there would be like a small fee. But the
Okay.
next time you come on, I would do a ranking out of your catalog. I
Okay.
would go listen to your music. So I encourage you to make more music. So
Oh, I
I would go
actually
through
am.
every song.
Yeah, I actually am.
So I would go through.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, what I was gonna say was so I'm gonna do a ranking out of every song.
Okay.
Uh, so check out everything they made. I don't give a fuck how old it is. Because to me, putting your music on shuffle is gonna be a first experience regardless.
Yeah.
So that's how I treat your music. So and I'm just ranking it as a listener.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I definitely will love to take advantage of something like that, man.
All right, good.
Yeah.
So right now because oh another thing as well. So with the video, this is the first because the changes of Spotify. So your YouTube video will come out sooner, within like 2 weeks. But when it comes to your Spotify, it's going to take a bit longer because it's in rotation of other artists
Okay.
that I already previously worked with.
Okay.
So I'll
So
keep you updated. I'm going to ask for. Go ahead.
what do you mean? This interview will be available on Spotify?
Yes,
Oh,
it'll be
wow.
available
That's
on
dope.
Spotify and YouTube.
Okay. All right. That's dope, man.
And let me ask you this: will you want the video, or will you just want audio?
Um, I would like, I would like video if that's possible.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just giving you the option just to let you pick. Uh,
Okay.
that's what I'm gonna start doing for now. Just make sure.
Yeah.
But yep, we can make this a video and they'll be able to watch and listen on either
Okay.
Spotify or YouTube.
Okay.
Your YouTube
That's
will come on much sooner, but the Spotify gonna take up about some time to catch up to that.
like I
Um,
say, I can't wait to for the YouTube to come out so I can share it with my platforms because this has definitely been a dope conversation, man. One of the best
appreciate.
podcast interviews I've been a part of, really just speaking on different things other than the music. Man, we spoke about like a lot of real life things, and that's what's like really been missing, from a lot of
Mm,
interviews I have done in the past. Usually people just, a few questions about the music and that's it. And I didn't dabbled into some of my recovery, but I like sitting down with like-minded people and having real life conversations, man.
I agree. And I like to showcase people with different stories.
Yeah,
Because we all living in this, this one world, that don't mean we got the same experience, the same
yeah,
perspective.
exactly,
So I
exactly.
always wanted to showcase like, different options, especially when it comes to music. And I built my platform so y'all can connect with each other. It's
Okay,
the reason why I constantly drop 3 to 4 artists. So, take advantage of that, especially if you're trying to build up your empire.
yeah,
Uh, Now you don't have to leave out your house. I give you the reason, to check your phone. Like, okay. Like I said, and I'm just now getting started, and with Jet Production, they open up the door to get into your music as soundtrack. Um, so I don't get you connected with Jet Production.
yeah. I
Um,
definitely appreciate
but
that.
it was really and it was really great to have you on here as a special guest.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you, man.
but before you go, shout out all your platforms. Shout out anybody that you want to put on, and then shout out a song that you want the audience to tune to your catalog.
Let's see. I'm available on all social media accounts. the easiest way to find me would be just to Google Kendall Spencer's music. Um, Everything will
Okay.
come up. My Instagram and my Twitter accounts, I go by Strong on Kendall. TikTok official Kendall Spencer. It's the same with Facebook and everything. I just recently started me a Twitch account, but I haven't really got into deep with it yet. So that's as far as the social media goes. A song that I would like to recommend would be off of the Pearl's Prayers album, Never Forget Me. That's that's
Okay.
probably the next music video I'm gonna shoot. So that's what I would love for people to that to check out. That song is very
Okay.
special to me.
Okay. And side note, Walking X Faith, that song stand out to me.
Okay.
That song, just remember it now. I also enjoy that song as well. Um,
Okay. I
I'm
got
looking
you. Yeah.
forward from, mm, I'm looking for more songs from you as well.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I'm
keep doing your
actually
thing.
not to cut you, I'm actually in the process of finishing up my next album, The Trauma Center. It's I'm almost done
Okay.
recording it. I wanted to have it out on the 30th of this month on my 2 year anniversary, but I don't think I'm gonna make that date. But that's the next project that's gonna be coming for me. It's gonna be a lot different than a Pearl's Prayers album. You know, it's I would say this one is gonna be like a action packed movie, if I can describe this album. You know.
So, so if you don't mind me asking, how much can we hear about this project?
Um, I mean, whatever you want to know, man. This is more of my what I done been dealing with since this accident, the recovery, all the thoughts I done been having, the good and the bad, the frustration of waking
Mm,
up waking up in a strange place, tied down to a bed, machines, doctors
mm,
operating on you, coming home after losing an arm. It's you know, this is going to be everything. Like I say, the Pearl Prayers album, I was given respect for my grandmother and the loss of her, but this one here is going to be very different. I'm very
this will
excited for this album to come
focus
out.
on your
Yes. Yeah.
and this will focus on your experience, on your trauma, and like
Yes.
recovery in your family.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. This is going to be
And
I'm
go
very
ahead, go
like I
ahead. What you
say,
saying?
I'm very excited to drop this one. I
Mm,
want to say it's probably going to be about 15 to 16 songs. I believe
okay.
I believe I recorded the last one, actually the last track yesterday, but every time I say, okay, this is the last track, I hear something else and I write another song, but I'm almost done wrapping this one up. I'm waiting on a few features because this project will be the first time I ever reached out to other artists to be a part of my process. So I'm waiting on a few features to get back. I just released the first
Okay.
single off of this, which is called Michael Jackson. It's featuring me,
Oh,
an artist named The God Fahim, and another artist named .com Intelligence. It just came out on the 18th of this month,
yeah.
and it's
I
doing
listened
the
to Michael
numbers.
Jackson as well.
Yeah, that's the first release off of it. I'm probably
Okay.
gonna release another track. Probably I'm gonna try to release the next track on the 30th, just to have something for that 2 year anniversary mark. But yeah, that's what's
I
next
like
for
the
me.
thing that you're going for.
Yeah, man, it's you know, like I say, man, I try to be creative and I'm trying to turn my pain into profit, you know, a bad situation and
Mm,
bringing some light to a bad situation.
okay. And on this album, this would be my last question. On this album, what is your favorite song on there? And what song do you think it might be overlooked, for first time listeners?
Um, my favorite song on this one is called 30 Pieces of Silver. And
No.
the song that I feel like may get overlooked is oh man, I got a song called The Next Testament. That's that no
No.
no I ain't gonna say that one. Maybe Memories Fade Away. That may be the one that's gonna get overlooked. And I could be wrong, you know.
Okay.
And it's
And why
usually
is
how it is. Go ahead.
30 Silvers is your favorite?
Um it's just how it's wrote, what I'm talking about in it. It's kinda like the story of a story of betrayal, like the story of Judas. You know, they say Judas
Mm,
he betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. And it's kind of like
mm,
I feel like the people that I was working with that day, even though they saved my life ultimately, I feel like
mm,
I was betrayed by the brotherhood. You know, I feel
mm,
like I wasn't taken care of like I should have been. You know, I feel like certain things wasn't in order to keep us from getting hurt. You know, so I'm just
mm.
really, speaking on that in that song.
I can understand that. And the second one, uh, what was it? Memories? Something
Yeah,
memories, right?
memories fade away. I feel like that
Memories
one
fade
may,
away. And why you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, that one is kind of like the beat is very dark. It's it's not as easy to digest that one. The rest of the music is kind of is very thought provoking, but it's easy to digest. You can catch it on
No.
the first listen. The memories fade away is something you probably gonna have to listen to a few times to really understand it and really see the picture that I was trying to paint with that one. And like I say, I
Okay.
could be wrong because usually with my music, what I think is going to be the hit is never what the hit is. People usually like the total opposite.
Mm,
So, you know,
mm. I agree with you. I definitely going to look forward. And you said is there you still working on like what number to settle on? 15 to 16?
yeah, like I say, right now I'm in the process of getting everything mixed and mastered. And I believe I got about 15 or 16 tracks. Like I say, I just recorded something else for it yesterday, and I think that's gonna be. I'm gonna just leave it with that. Now, I
Okay.
want usually when I do my music, after I get everything mixed and mastered, I go and figure out the order. Once I get the order, then I start adding some skits and stuff just to tie it all together. Cause I like for my stuff to be kind of like one certain theme, like a movie, you know. So I use the skits to
Mm,
like tie it all. Okay, this song, you got the energy on this song. Well, let me throw a skit in here because the next song it's not as much energy. So I need something to like, tone it down and stuff like that. So that's usually how I put my stuff together.
I agree with you, especially in grandma prayers. The
Yeah.
skit with the grandma that was she was discussing about roles to play for each family member.
Yeah.
when it comes to like a structure of a family. I thought it was very meaningful.
Yeah.
So I think the way how you do skits really fits in with the music. Uh, doesn't feel like it just some random shit you just put in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like the way how you structure it.
Yeah.
I think that's really entertaining as well.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
You know, you're welcome. And it was great to have you as a special guest. I keep you updated. To send me a cover pic for your EP.
Okay.
I'm going to use that as your cover
Okay.
by the time I post it.
Okay.
Outside of that, have a good one. It was great to have you on this podcast.
You too. I want to thank you again for giving me the opportunity to come on here, man. It's been great, bro. And I definitely look forward to doing it again with you. I'm definitely gonna tap in everything you got going on and reach back out to you again, man.
All right, much love. All right, I keep you
Peace.
updated. Have a
All
good
right.
one.
You too. Peace, man.
Much love. Have a good blessing.
Peace. You too.